There's spread air raid principles now in the league that didn't exist.
And show me the quarterback that's winning a Super Bowl doing it.
Mahomes,
that ain't what they do.
Tech with Kingsbury?
That's not what they do.
He's air raid.
By the way, how good was he at Texas Tech?
He himself was good.
He was not. He didn't have a good year until late in his years. My buddy coached him. Cheverini, he's the head coach of Xavier right now. He wasn't good until later in his career.
Was that because of him or the team?
That's what I'm saying, though. He didn't transition. Alex Smith started. I think through osmosis, he learned from somebody and got to see how the position was played at that level. He benefited from watching Alex Smith, a professional, not even a talented Uber guy. He learned, just like Aaron Rodgers learned from Favre. Let's just be honest. Just like Brady learned from Bledsoe. Yeah. But nowadays, we are seeing the worst quarterback play we've ever seen. That's a statement that I'm going to continue to stay with. Because we're throwing him into the fire on bad teams. To your point, we're throwing these cats from college on bad football teams in the NFL, and yet what do we do in college? How do we run our systems in college now? Carded, tempo, fast, signal. We don't relay the play in. We don't echo it. We don't verbalize it. They don't have to get in the huddle and say, all right, look, 52's the mic, fucking 28's the hot, and if he don't come, my sight adjusts the mic. Quarterbacks don't get up there and do that. I'm not hating on Mahomes. I'm telling you the truth about Mahomes. Without Andy Reid, Mahomes is nothing. Put him in Chicago. How good is Mahomes? Be honest.
Remains to be seen, but...
I think he'd be a good quarterback, but he wouldn't be top 3.
I don't think he'd be good at all. I think you'd be talking about him as he would probably be hurt. He'd probably be fucking struggling.
We'd be talking about a really talented guy who maybe hasn't taken the leap to make it into a playoff.
Maybe, but it's all about he's benefited tremendously from Andy Reid in that system.
No, for sure.
And Kelsey's people need to stop talking about Kelsey as an inline tight end. He's a receiver.
Yeah.
And he's one of the best receivers in football. Let's just call it what it is.
Yeah.
So everyone that says he don't have receivers right now, no, he does. He has the best receiver in football.
Yeah.
And he had Tyreek Hill in them too, and guess what he did? Nothing. He got dominated in the Super Bowl. By the way, he is the lowest rated Super Bowl winning quarterback of all time.
According to what metric?
All statistically. His statistics in Super Bowls have been what y'all say mid to at minimum he's mid. He threw 181 yards last year, bro, and everyone's sucking his dick like he fucking Tom Brady. No, he threw for 181 yards. 2 of them were shovel pass touchdowns. By the way, do you know the stats on Mahomes? Do you know over the last 2 years what team in the NFL leads the league in yak yards?
It's KC.
Let me guess.
Of course, it's Chiefs. You know that 50% of his throws are at or behind the line of scrimmage. 50%. Let that sink into you.
Is that true?
Yeah, it's true. I just want you to let that sink in. How many? When you turn them on, how many fucking smokes are you seeing him throw? Bubbles, screens. Yeah. I mean, do you see him throwing fucking dig routes on time on his 5th step ever? No, you don't, but nobody wants to break it down. Now, is that the truth or am I just hurting your feelings? I'm just saying, be honest. Am I a hater or is that the truth? Have you ever seen him throw an anticipatory throw off the outside backer versus cover 2 in a dig window?
I feel like I have.
I'm sure I have. I'm sure I have, but not frequently.
I mean, I'm sure he has,
yeah.
but you don't see it like everyone thinks.
And which quarterback has not worked with Andy Reid?
Has what?
Has not worked with him. All of them work.
Oh, no.
Every single one.
People don't want to
including
mention.
Alex Smith, who you said...
Look at his stats. Unbelievable. Alex Smith's stats are unbelievable with him.
None have won Super Bowl.
Okay, but look at the roster. Don't compare that roster with the roster Mahomes has had. Please don't. Their defense is unbelievably better now.
So what's the argument? That he's overrated or that he's not good at all?
I think that Andy Reid, knowing Andy, I grew up with Eric Bieniemy, knowing what they had to do for him, people, Kansas City love me, that's why I made the Queendom shirts, right? Chiefs Queendom loves me.
I don't think they love me.
I believe it's no, they hate me, that's what I mean. I believe that he is in a gimmicky system that is devised to help him succeed. That means they take a tremendous skill set. I'm not knocking Mahomes. I'm not saying he's not a freak, that he doesn't have a whip and a cannon, all this shit. But all the off-platform, 3-quarter throws and the left and the shovel, all that shit is because Andy Reid has to do certain things in the system to use his skill set to allow his team to succeed, which even shows more of why Andy Reid is so great. Yeah. Because he's not just dropping back in reading coverage and throwing fucking dig routes to Kelsey and corner routes to Kelsey and fucking. You don't see that. You see a bunch of smoke and mirrors to get guys on the edge. Why is McKinnon, a running back, more in the slot? Why does he get reverses? Why does he get shovel passes? Why does he get smoke screen? Why is we're using those guys over a true outside X and running fucking comeback, curl, and dig with them? You don't see that shit in Kansas City. But no one wants to break it down because they, I don't know football.
I just think football has changed though. Like,
it has changed.
You want them to run a system that's not Andy Reid's system.
No, you don't want that. I just want you to understand that we have had. This is my point, to his point. Tell me what quarterback in the past or the future or now that he asked me about Caleb Williams. Is he a super talent? He isn't someone we haven't seen, is my point. People act like these guys we have never seen. Please tell me that we haven't seen Mahomes, and I'll give you fucking 10 quarterbacks right off the top of my head. So Dan Marino wasn't Mahomes. Have you seen him ever throw a 7-on-7? Mahomes couldn't fucking hold his dick nutsack. Have you ever seen fucking the guy named Troy Aikman who would throw for 8,000 yards a year right now because he can't get hit and you can't reroute the wide receiver? Do we even talk about that now? No, you guys don't. Yeah. So, Aikman and Steve Young had to get out the league early because they got fucking concussed and got hit, actually got helmet in the mouth and had to throw dig routes to Michael Irvin on time and fucking Harper. They don't do it no more. They don't but we don't talk about it because we're so social media embedded that everyone thinks they are fantasy football heroes. And that's the truth. Everyone that does social media thinks, guess what they do? They watch football for what? To see how many fantasy points Mahomes got him. So when Mahomes gets him 39 fantasy points, he's the greatest quarterback ever. When they really turn on the film and have no fucking idea, when I break it down and say, oh, shovel pass went for 60. Fucking Tyreek Hill caught a smoke. Tyreek Hill caught a smoke and went 80. Guess who gets those fantasy points, bro? Yeah. But no one wants to break it down when they really show the film like I do and say, motherfucker's really average if you really break it down. By the way, Michael Vick went to jail for fighting dogs, correct?
Yes.
He got back. Nobody wanted him, correct?
Correct.
Guess who got him a $100 million contract? Andy Reid.
Yeah.
So that.
And he balled also.
Under Andy Reid.
That's
so that's what I'm saying, though.
It's not all like 100% Andy Reid. Like these quarterbacks, these are good quarterbacks.
I had a coach tell me, Tim told me this when I was thinking about going to junior college. He goes, "You may not want to hear this, but quarterback play is 80% coach." They said that to me, and I was like,
I wouldn't say 80.
That's what I'm not. I don't know if he's right or wrong, but that's what he told me. And I go, huh. And I thought about it, and then you start seeing it. You start seeing those patterns, right? And you go, I don't know if the percentage is right, whatever it is, but like, there's guys who make everybody work, and then there's other situations that don't. And you're like, clearly there's something going on.
Look, we've seen Caleb Williams 20 times before. Probably 20,000 times. But they either weren't in the right system, they weren't in the right scenario, something happened. I've seen these guys, is my point, I guess. So I'm not hating on them. I'm just saying I don't think the youth, the younger people, your generation, right? This is what blows my mind. You guys have seen both level-headed. This blows my mind. If somebody was in World War I and II, and then was at the end of Desert Storm in '91, let's say at the end of their run, and came and told, we had story day at school, and I told you the difference between all three wars, and you hadn't been in any of them, and you're sitting there telling this dude he don't know what the fuck he's talking about because you saw it on Twitter. That's not how it went down.
That's how it works now.
That is what we're living in, bro.
You did that, you can't work again.
I get told every day that LeBron is the best thing ever since sliced bread, and I said, "Did you ever see Michael Jordan?" No, I was 11.
I've seen Twitter though. I've seen YouTube.
No shit, you haven't seen Michael Jordan, but you're gonna tell a guy who's seen both that he's wrong? That's the ignorance is life-threatening thing that I continue to say.
Have you seen us as just young kids just get sensitive as fuck? Have you seen it?
Yes. Oh fuck! What?
So how do you stop it? How do you?
It's not just young kids though. I don't blame you guys.
It's everybody.
No, it's the parents. Parents are fucked, not kids. Kids haven't changed ever. Kids don't change, bro. Right. We grow up. Why do a white kid and a black kid grow up together playing together? And then later on, the white kid becomes racist.
Yeah.
Is that learned or is that fucking a trait? Is it a learned trait or is it a taught trait or what? All right, you're not fucking born racist. It's not. It's fact. You're not born.
Right.
So it's learned. The same with this other shit that we're talking about. It's the parenting. The parent teaches someone something. If you don't have a parent, well, guess what? You're on your own fending for yourself. There's just so many different nuances to all this stuff. The quarterback situation is like life. Mahomes, I've seen him before. I've seen John Elway, bro. Mahomes couldn't hold John Elway's fucking left nut in the cold winter. By the way, he couldn't hold Marino. He couldn't hold Aikman. He couldn't hold Young. He couldn't hold Montana. And Montana's not even near the talent that Mahomes is. But guess what? 11 touchdowns to 0 picks in Super Bowls. You know what Mahomes' stats are in Super Bowls?
What is it?
What's he, 9 and 7? No, I don't think he has 9 touchdowns. I think he has 7 touchdowns, 7 picks. Something like that. My point is, by the way, he got shellacked.
He's also young, though.
He's not young anymore.
Where is he, like halfway through his career?
I mean, I don't know if that's young.
Maybe?
That might be old. He had an opportunity to chase the GOAT Brady. We all think, right?
Still can.
He can't. See, that's the thing. He can't.
Why?
Because he lost to Brady in the AFC title game in New England.
It's one game.
And in the Super Bowl.
Okay. Then he lost in the Super Bowl to him. How is he going to catch him? Brady retired, bro. You never beat him. How are you going to be the GOAT?
You win more Super Bowls.
Guess what? Nobody beat Mayweather. Last time I checked, he retired as the GOAT. Brady retired as the GOAT. So Mahomes has to win 7 fucking more times.
I mean, it's
and you
possible.
never got to beat that guy, ever. So you better win 9 to even be considered as the GOAT. He's not doing it. I'm just telling you right now. I don't think he'll win another one. But that's just, I'm just saying though, we don't ever bring that up. You lost to him in an AFC title game in New England before Brady left. And then you lost to him and got shellacked in the Super Bowl by a Tampa Bay team.
Yeah.
And then, to be honest, if we really want to talk about brass tacks, Trevor Lawrence, that game, they should have lost to. Remember, Chad Henne came in and went 99. If he don't do it, they lose. Again, why is Chad Henne so successful when he just comes in and plugs and plays for Mahomes? Is that because of Andy Reid? Oh, my bad. So, anyway.
It's a great system.
All right, so, having said that, though, if Mahomes, if you can plug and play a guy in a system, and then we're going to call Mahomes the GOAT, which people do already, which blows my mind. We are yeah, fucking right, they say it.
Already?
Yeah. There's so many people out here that refuse to really. Here's what it is. We're in the instant gratification era that we anoint everybody year one. It's called recency bias. If a dude balls out year one, we're already calling Amin Zambale or whatever the fuck his name is the next fucking best basketball player of all time. I think he's a bust.